penalty on the PAT. They'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. That is caught by Thielen. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Now a throw here to his running back. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. Now Edwards looking to throw on 2nd down. And going deep for Hill. And this a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. We're off to the 4th quarter here on Christmas Eve. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL. Oh, and he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Under pressure, they got him again. Call it a loss of 5, a big sack to bring up 3rd down. Back to throw. Edwards. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Well, it certainly felt like he was going to challenge this defense no matter what, and he stepped up and tried to throw it to the outermost edge of the zone coverage, and they were more than ready for him. The problem now is if they are limited in what they're doing throwing the football, they got to figure out how to move it without being able to throw it to the outside and throw it downfield.
A play fake, now Fields to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. On 1st and 10, here's Fields. Over the middle, it's complete. And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line. Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the 4th quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think you continue to do so.
Well, we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play. And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice...
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. David Montgomery with his 3rd touchdown so far, number 13 now on the year. And the Bears look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Elliott good on the extra point, and that'll increase their lead to 28. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Nwangu now from his end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Now, this game went off the rails early for them and never really got back on track. And these fans, they were expecting to be on the other side of the scoreboard, but that is not the case as we play on here in this 4th quarter. Now, they may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a 1st down. Looking to throw. Edwards. And now here's another interception. interception. Picked off by Robert Spillane. And the Bears are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. Well, there's two sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out? And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Lewis C. And the Vikings force the turnover. And they'll take over at the 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He's at the 50. 30. 10. 5. Touchdown, Vikings. A great effort there. An even 90 yards. And the Vikings get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. He'll begin by dropping it off to Montgomery. And they string that play out nicely. He's stopped before he can turn upfield. No gain, 2nd down. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. This one into the hands of Ingram downfield. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 18 yards on that one, and Chicago has the first. They'll go to Montgomery to try to wind some clock. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. That one looks like he'll throw here. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Zadarius Smith, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. He's going to loft this one deep left sideline. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Here's Jordan Berry now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the fourth quarter. This is fielded at the 7. It's a net of 40 there, a punt of 48, and a return of 8. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. That 5-game win streak is ticking away here in the fourth quarter. Just haven't been as sharp in this one. And my goodness, another interception. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Now it's Fields. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Well, fourth quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Oh, Fields is intercepted for a third time. And now off to the races down the right side. And the Vikings come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And, Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.
So for Chicago, the wins have been hard to come by, but they get one here to move to 4-11 on the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the Carolina Panthers.